So joining us now from UW Health is Dr. William Hartman. He's the principal investigator for the UW Health AstraZeneca clinical trial.
And Dr. Hartman, were you surprised by this news that you heard today about the efficacy rate?
Well, a lot of these trials, looking at these vaccines, they have sort of the same endpoint, and that's to make that spike protein, to generate antibodies to that spike protein. The AstraZeneca vaccine, while it does it by a different platform than Moderna and Pfizer, that's still their endpoint. So it's exciting to know that even using this modality to make that protein, it's still safe and effective, and hopefully can ward off the coronavirus.
Dr. Hartman, help us break through this. This is now, I believe, the third vaccine that has had success here. How does the public weigh all these three? What's the difference? Is there a difference between these three?
Well, there's going to be multiple candidates to vaccinate the world. Different vaccines are going to be good for different populations, and so that's why we study them all to find out which one is best for population A versus population B. The other thing, too, is that the AstraZeneca vaccine, unlike the Moderna or the Pfizer vaccine, doesn't have that requirement for extreme cold storage for storing and transportation of the vaccine. This can be used at regular refrigeration temperatures, and so you don't need any special infrastructure to support using this vaccine in your hospital.
Yeah, Carol, before you jump in here, I want to ask Dr. Hartman about that. That's to me, seems to be an interesting breakthrough on that, because that seems like it will be easier to get it to the consumer.
Right, and that's one of the goals. The Moderna and the Pfizer vaccines are very new technology, very exciting results, but you do have that cold storage requirement that makes it difficult for it to get to certain hospitals in certain countries. This vaccine uses a more traditional platform to generate the antibodies that are required for immunity. And so we have a little bit more experience with it, makes it easier to use, easier to distribute, and probably cheaper in the long run.
You know, doctor, a lot of people you're thinking about taking this vaccine and can't wait for this to happen. Does it matter which one we will take? You know, should consumers, all of us, be brand shopping and doing research on which brand might be best for us?
Well, I encourage everyone to do research on these vaccines to find out the one that they're most comfortable with. The only way we're going to be able to get this pandemic under control is if we vaccinate a good portion of our population here in the United States, even in the world. And so people being comfortable receiving these vaccines is going to be a very important component of that. The more research they do, the more comfortable they become, the better outcomes we'll have.
Dr. Hartman, just a quick follow-up. Is this a live virus, though, with AstraZeneca?
This is not a live virus. This is an adenovirus vaccine, but the adenovirus itself has been weakened so that it doesn't cause the common cold like it would in a chimpanzee. And its goal is to just make that spike protein so that's the only part of the coronavirus that your body will see to generate the antibodies to hopefully fight it off if they ever see the real coronavirus.
Good news on that front. We appreciate that, Dr. Hartman. Thank you for making
Dr.
time.
Hartman.
Absolutely. Thank you.